The PickSix podcast is here and starts now.
Hi, everybody. This is the type of day y'all live for. Come on with it. Who's going to run it up? Who's going to start? Hi.
Here we go. Another edition, PickSix preseason edition, 1 week away from PickSix regular season. So I'm ready for that. I'm excited about that. But that was Taylor Townsend. Let's go. If you all don't know by now what happened to her after beating Jelena Estepinko, her U.S. Open match, there was some racist rhetoric that was spewed by her. Later, Estepinko supposedly apologized or whatever via, Instagram or Twitter or whatever. Of course, using the old cop-out method, which is social media, to get out of something that you said because that's how you feel. Taylor, after the match, said this. Just listen, and then I'll just finish off with that.
It's bigger than me. It's about the message. It's about the representation. It's about being bold and being able to show up as yourself, and I did that tonight. You guys saw the real Taylor Townsend tonight.
Well said by Taylor Townsend. Well said. You're so proud to hear how Black women handle these type of despicable racist rhetoric that is continuously being used during, whether it's a tennis match, a basketball match, football, flag football, doesn't matter. Business, life, it doesn't matter. It's something that is going on. The incident with Coco Gauff, we all know about that. The incident with her, it's not the first time. It's not the last time. This has happened so many times. It's happening on a daily basis. Our Black women need to be respected, revered, and treasured. So this is not going to end, but the message that she sent in this video, in the message that I just played there. And of course, if you get a chance, check out her press conference. It's a powerful one because her energy, her vibe, and her sense of mental toughness has shown she's prepared for this and she's going to get through it, which she obviously did. She won her match again last night. So congratulations to her. So now let's get on to football stuff. So there was a trade on Thursday. I had no clue until I had to message a couple of friends, my brother, to find out who are all loyal and I would say they are diehard Dallas Cowboy fans, and to find out, is this true? And it was true. If you guys don't know by now, I'm sure you do. Micah Parsons was traded to Green Bay for 2 first rounds and Kenny Clark, who's a 3-time Pro Bowler. I think he's about, if I'm correct, he's 29 or 30 years old now. Tail end of his career. But nevertheless, my take on this is, I don't have a problem with the trade. People call it a blockbuster trade. People say it's a shocking situation. No, it's not. For me, it's this season was never going to be the same with the way Jerry and Micah were interacting and the stuff that was said on both ends. There was a lot of unprofessional rhetoric being spewed by both of them. Jerry being who he is, 82 years old, never going to listen or evolve with the times. You got Micah, who's just a young guy who just wants to get paid, wants to take care of his family, do the right thing, wants to play football, but, it never wasn't going to work. So my thing with this whole situation is he should have been traded before the draft. He should have been traded before the draft. Because, like I said, I have nothing against any of this when it comes to the trade. Dallas got their 2 late first rounders and a defensive player that could do something. And Green Bay got a star that they can, potentially do whatever. They do play a 4-3 defense, by the way, Green Bay. I just look at it as, why didn't you trade before the draft? You would have got a lot more from him. You would have found a sucker. You could have got a bulk of picks. You could have got a young player potentially that could help you right now. There was so much you could have done with this before and after, because this has been going on for over a year and change. You took too long to pay Dak. You took too long to pay CD. So you knew this was coming. It comes in threes. And it did come in threes because in this instance, you had to trade a player. So you've been doing this for the last 3 years. The one thing about Dak, and shout out to Dak never said anything to the media. Dak never complained. Dak never spewed any disrespectful or any type of rhetoric that would affect his opportunity of getting his money. CD was a little emotional, but then he chilled out after. Micah was like, no, this is what I'm expecting. Jerry's talking about, I don't want to talk to your agent, handshake, all that stuff. Come on, guys. We saw this coming. This was 3 years in the making. It came in threes. The only difference is the third piece to this had to be removed, a la trade. You do not take forever to sign your core pieces that are a part of your team to win a championship, a potential championship. The Dallas Cowboys is not the problem. Jerry Jones is the problem. And I've been saying it forever as a lifetime Jimmy Johnson fan, as a lifetime Miami Hurricanes fan. I've been saying this. This guy's never going to change. Jimmy had to get the hell out of there. Bill Parcells had to get the hell out of there. Come on, guys. Nobody of any status wants to coach there. You think Bill Belichick would ever want to coach in Dallas? Are you crazy? Come on. I'm telling you, this was not a surprise. I don't know why you got a surprise. You got all these TV media outlets. Oh, this is a blockbuster trade. They only got 2 first rounds. They're 2 late first rounds. Jerry might not even use those. He might even flip them for something. This is why you should have traded Micah before the trading deadline. No, sorry, not trade deadline, before the draft. I apologize. Before the draft. He would have got a bulk of stuff. He would have found a sucker. There was a sucker out there that would have taken him. Guarantee it. He could have got a couple of first rounds, a second round, a third. Because to me, in the NFL draft, and I've always said this, the second and the third round are the most important pieces of the draft. Second, third, and fourth. This is where you find your gems. And you do find some in the fifth, and in the sixth. And now, as you see the seventh round, there's a bunch of players that are drafted in the seventh round right now that are playing in the NFL. But to me, that bulk middle, 2, 3, 4, and some players in the 5 are where you're going to find your Super Bowl pieces. Late first round and on. First couple of picks, if you look at the history of the first 20 picks in the NFL draft, the last 20 years, most of them are not even there anymore. So if Jerry could have got a couple first rounds, a second and a third, oh my gosh, I'd be like, okay. Jerry, you did something right for the first time, but he did not. And his son, Steven, is probably sitting down there saying to himself, oh my God, what am I supposed to do? You can't do nothing. Your dad's 82. He's not going anywhere. He's not going anywhere. You can't tell him to sit down. That generation is the toughest generation to deal with. They are. If your parent is between the age of 70 and 85, forget it. You're not getting through to them. They might bend a little bit because they're older now, but generally speaking, it ain't happening. So forget it. So this is not a surprise. Micah Parsons is a Green Bay Packer now, and we need to calm down on the Super Bowl thing. Calm down. Everybody, this is how people get fooled. Stop boosting Green Bay. They got one piece. He still has to play the games. He still has to learn the playbook. He still has to integrate with the defense. He still has to integrate with the locker room. It's a whole different setting. Dallas and Green Bay are two totally different worlds. He is from Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, so he knows what cold is. But he still has to integrate with that team and get molded in. It's a 4-year contract. It's probably the last big contract he's going to get because he's going to be 30 by the time he gets his next contract. That's just how the NFL works. So, But interesting, before I stop with this, do you know who George Pickens' agent is? I'm just saying. Same one as Micah Parsons. Now let's move forward. So now I want you guys to listen to these series of clips between Riz and Grossi, a.k.a. Toni Grossi. I call him the modern-day villain who continues to hate on Shedeur. So just listen to this little couple clips here. It's about, I'd say it's almost 2 minutes in total. And then I'm going to get to the situation with Toni Grossi and his hate for Shedeur, who is the number 3 quarterback in Cleveland.
You thought the top 3 quarterbacks after training camp is over is what?
My 3-man quarterback team would have been Flacco, Gabriel, and Tyler Huntley. Huntley's he's an ideal 3rd quarterback because he's got the physical, legs to run out of trouble if he gets in the game. Then the question is, what do you do with Shedeur?
Yeah.
I don't think this is going to happen. He will make the final roster, but, he's almost like he'll be like a practice squad player on the regular roster.
So if he didn't make the roster, we went to the practice squad. Would anybody pick him up?
I really doubt it for two reasons.
Oh, Tony, come on. Somebody's got it.
Everybody had the chance to take him in the draft.
Yeah, but you don't think somebody would have took him in the 6th or 7th round?
Because I don't know.
You mean he hurt his chances that much? Why would they value the 3rd game over the 1st game?
Riz, because you're supposed to improve with every appearance.
He played with the 2s in the 1st game.
I'm not going to argue with him, all right? He had 5 series, and he went backwards on each of them.
Played with the 3s, Tony. 4 of the 5 guys got waived the next day. That doesn't mean anything? That doesn't mean anything to you? Boy, it means something to you. It means something to you if Dylan Gabriel was the guy playing with the 3s and they got waived the next day. That would mean something to you. Doesn't fit your narrative. Doesn't fit your narrative.
Narrative? I don't understand your emotional investment in Shedeur.
Tony, I'm rooting for the kid. Don't worry about what my investment is. Worry about what your investment is with your guy. Don't worry about me. Don't worry about why I like a guy. I think that kid can play better than Dylan Gabriel. I said it before the draft, and I'll stick to it. I think he got a raw deal here in Cleveland. End of story. That's how I feel. Don't tell me how to feel.
At which point will you admit, boy, was I wrong?
Tony, it might be 10 years down the road because both these guys are going to be backups, honestly.
I agree with you. I agree with that. But right now, Gabriel's better. Couldn't you see it? Didn't you guys watch
Tony.
the game?
Yeah, Tony, yes. You asked me why I'm rooting for Shedeur because I like him. I'm sorry he's famous. I'm sorry that you don't like famous people, even though you're the most famous guy in the world right now.
No, that's
okay.
Not
I don't know what you're thinking. I'm just telling you. Don't tell me who to like and who to root for because I don't root for who you root for.
Toni Grossi. Why? Even if Riz is wrong about Shedeur, why do you hate the kid so much? You could tell when a person in the media doesn't like anybody or they don't like a certain person. It's like how Stephen A. talks about LeBron now after that whole exchange. If you can't leave your personal feelings out of what your profession is, don't talk about the person. Leave the person alone. This guy's done nothing to you. This kid has done nothing to you. He even approached you after that first game and said, "What did I do to you?" And you couldn't even look at him in his face. You're pathetic. But this is what I'm saying. You guys got to go out there, all you athletes, or whatever your career is, go out and do what you're doing and do it to the best of your ability. And don't let nobody tell you anything. And don't let nobody dictate you. Because there's a lot of people, for every successful thing you do as a human being, there are haters out there. Whether it's a sport, your marriage, your career, or even doing podcasting like me. People don't like me. So I'm sure there's a lot of people that don't like me. You know why? Because I'm doing something they're not doing. They don't have the energy to. They don't have to get up and do what I do. Put together this podcast, do all the things I do. I operate and run this podcast solely by myself. I have no partners. I am the voice, I am the producer, and I am the guy. HD runs this show from top to bottom. God has given me the blessing to do what I do and given me all the tools, and I had to use those tools. I can get we all have tools, but it's up to us to put this together. So if you're out there doing something, keep doing it. You hear Toni Grossi, you hear the hate. He can't do what Shador could do. So yes, he's the flashy guy. He's Deion Sanders' son. And he's always going to be like that. But so what? That's just how it is. Shiloh Sanders. So Shiloh Sanders came on YouTube and had a video about his future. First of all, I don't like the video. I think it was dumb. And why I say that, he doesn't need to prove anything to anybody. When he threw that punch, yes, he was wrong. We know he didn't start it. I can tell anybody. I know Shiloh did not start that. I saw the face. The man yanked his face mask. He yanked his face mask. The tight end who's a punter, I won't even use his name. He yanked his face mask. I would have pushed him. Probably wouldn't have punched him, but I would have pushed him. I still would have got a penalty. Because you're trying to take advantage of him and you know who is his dad. You know who he is. So you did that. So everybody wants to say, oh, this and that, whatever. Shiloh Sanders doesn't need to be on social media. He says, I'm a man of many talents. I could model. I could do this. Big deal. Who cares? Get back to the war room. Go back to the gym and get ready. Be ready so when the call is made, you're ready to go out there and do something. Yes, you're 25. You spent most of your football career under your dad's wing. Now you got to grow up and be a man and actually do something without hanging on your dad. You don't need to. Your dad has given you all the tools. Deion has given you all the tools. And now it's your time to go out and shine. And he will. He'll be good. Shiloh, Shador, they're going to be fine. And I know Shiloh will be back in the NFL. But, yeah, now to their pops. He lost 27-20 last night to a very weak Georgia Tech team. I don't like that team at all. There's a receiver on that team. Woo! I see NFL, but nevertheless, I felt like they started off slow. Colorado, both teams started off slow. Deion's going to have to use these first couple of games as evaluation, and he will, and he probably will get the team he wants out on the field by week 4 or 5. You all have to understand, because I heard a lot of hate and I read a lot of hate this morning. Deion has gone through so much stuff with his foot, the bladder situation, preparing his sons for the NFL draft, preparing his other players for the NFL draft, doing all sorts of stuff, interviews. He's done so much stuff. He's a very, very busy man, and I don't think he has any time for himself. Everybody's talking about his personal life, whatever. He has dedicated himself to football. This guy doesn't have to do nothing. He could retire, sit at home, and watch every football game on the screen. No, but he's dedicating himself to the game that he loves. That's a guy that loves football. He loves his game. When you love something, you're going to dedicate yourself to it. And I can tell you from experience, putting in the work as a coach, it's different levels. Videos, talking to players, making sure players are ready to go, giving them the tools to, put themselves in the position to succeed when sometimes the day doesn't feel right for them. There's so many factors. There's so many things. You have to bring those intangibles or things are not going to work out. But when you think things are not going to work out, something happens and you go right back to the top. Life is ups and downs. How do you fight the adversity? How do you beat the adversity? You can and you will. So Deion's going to be fine. It's just one of those games like, it's a very ugly and sloppy game. College football's back, guys. Notre Dame, Miami. Woo! I'm ready for that. So anyways, folks, that's the show again. Keep listening. Season 1. Opening week is next week. So actually Thursday. Yeah, Thursday. So Let's go. Folks, have a good one. Again, keep listening. Hit that subscribe button on YouTube. Spotify's available. Apple Podcasts. You know the deal. So I'm out. Have a good day. Have a good night, evening, good afternoon, wherever you are in the world. Peace.